Also ich höre mir das ja gerade an, da zufällig bin ich wieder mal in so eine komische Sendung reingeraten. Ich bin in der Früh aufgewacht, da war das da. Wollte es mir erst gar nicht anschauen, habe aber am Mobiltelefon noch was machen müssen, weil wir haben so eine Facebook-Gruppe, da tue ich immer die Leute freischalten. Ja, und da habe ich mir das halt nebenbei angehört und das ist schon ein Hammer. Man muss sich mal überlegen, was die da sagt. Ich glaube jetzt nicht, dass es ein Fake ist. Und die Frau hat anscheinend echt Ahnung von Politik. Die war lang in der Politik, auch schon unter Clinton und so weiter. Schaut euch das an, wenn ihr das nicht versteht. Ich hoffe, das wird automatisch übersetzt auf Deutsch, aber da gibt es bestimmt mehr drüber. Das ist noch nicht sehr altes Video, erst ein paar Tage. Also man muss schon immer mal zwischen quer reinhören, dass man mitkriegt, was überhaupt los ist auf diesem wunderschönen Planeten. Wir haben wirklich einen geilen Planeten. Aber leider wird er von Krieg übersät. Wenn man sich das anhört, dann versteht man auch vielleicht ein bisschen, warum wir jetzt gerade da sind, wo wir uns gerade befinden. Also überall diese Kriegsrhetorik passt für mich in diesen Bericht gut. Da muss man natürlich, gut, jeder denkt anders und ich denke halt so. Okay, schönen Tag noch und wenn ich das jetzt hochlade, wer weiß, was dann wieder mit meinem YouTube-Algorithmus passiert. Keine Ahnung. Es ist immer ein bisschen seltsam, das Ganze. Gell? Ja, so ist es halt. Aber bleibt dran, bleibt der Wahrheit treu, das ist ganz wichtig.
Forces to gain this power again, to remove such an important figure like Robert Kennedy. When all these things have come to light already, is that possible? Is that thinkable? Or do you think there is a revolution going on which will not be reversible again? And and it's a matter of time that this will end forever. Yeah.
Thank you. So what I would say is it depends on the American people if the forces of darkness prevail, just like it depends on the people of Europe if the forces of darkness prevail here. And what I mean is, and this definitely comes from my life as a White House spouse back in the Clinton era, and also as a political consultant to the Clinton team and to the vice president at that time, Al Gore. Even though it was some decades ago, the pressures remain the same for any administration. You can have the best administration in the world, and the pharmaceutical lobby is so powerful in the United States. They fund the left and the right. They fund senators and congresspeople in the Republican Party and in the Democratic Party. I mean, Bernie Sanders, who is a Marxist, gets so much money from the pharmaceutical lobby. So it is going to always be a fight, and just getting people elected doesn't solve the problem, right? The campaign is day by day, as you all know. But what I would say is that President Trump and Vice President Kennedy have taken on very, very, very dangerous and powerful forces, and all politics is compromise. So, Kennedy hasn't withdrawn the COVID vaccine from the market. That's what I want, that's what I push for. That hasn't happened yet. But what he's doing is very smart politics of, getting rid of many corrupt people within the CDC, working where he can. But what I would say about our system is Kennedy and President Trump and whoever comes after President Trump are only as powerful as their constituents are active. And if their constituents are not active and holding their feet to the fire, organizing, voting in midterms, voting in elections, bringing voters to the polls, putting signs on their lawns, and so on, you're just going to have the same group of lobbyists that surround you here. They're the same people who surround people in Washington, take over the agenda. And so it really depends on the people. That's why I'm so preoccupied with getting laws into everyone's phone so they can see what's happening and lobby. Now, you all have a very serious problem here, which is it's very difficult for people in Europe to lobby, right? Lobbyists can lobby, but the people, it's very difficult to find out what laws are even being debated. in European parliaments, let alone in this parliament. It's very difficult, if not impossible, to intervene. It's hard to share those laws. It's hard to search for them deliberately. They're made opaque deliberately. I've looked at a lot of databases. Yours are so bad, and as a result, the forces of darkness there's no leverage point, right? Unless it comes from an awakening of the people here, as I said before, organized.